And the day's class is Babylon's Reach, Coups Across the Globe, Part 2. Last time, Esau was hating on us a little bit, so we're going to get into it right away. So as we always do, let's start the thing off with Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. Come on.
Romans chapter 15 verse 4.
Uh-huh.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning,
Uh-huh.
that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
So some of us, you know, if you're not in this truth, if you're new to this truth, you might be confused about what's going on in the world, especially when you see certain things like how the United States is moving, how these other countries are moving in respect to the United States. But understand that these scriptures are given to us, our people, the Israelites, to be able to have comfort in reading these things, and especially when we see that these things are repetitive, all right? So just a couple of recaps from the last time. We found out what a coup was, right? We found out that that's a swift exchange of government, not through peace, through violence, okay? And the United States specifically is who we're dealing with. That's why the class is called Babylon's Reach. They used the CIA primarily to be able to institute these coups globally. Their fingers are in every place. Their tentacles are spread throughout the world, okay? They do that to attack different things such as what they deem communist ideology. We've seen that in the past. And to make sure that democracy, so-called democracy, spreads throughout the globe, okay, according to Babylon's doctrine. So just to let y'all know, just to kind of finish where we got stopped at the last time, because I said Esau was hating on us a little bit, we're going to just show you that a coup is nothing new on this earth, okay? The coup is not new, both in Israel and in the world. Let's get Numbers chapter 16 and verse 1. Let's start there.
Numbers chapter 16 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, and Abiram, and the sons of Eliab, on, and the son of Peleth, the sons of Reuben took men.
So Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, they took men. Read.
And they rose up before Moses, with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown.
So they took their homies with them. They said, you know what? Let's gather these men together, these famous men in the congregation, and we're going to step to Moses. What were they stepping to Moses about? Come on.
And they gathered themselves together against Moses, against Aaron, and said unto them,
Come on.
Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy.
Yeah, it's too much for y'all to go ahead and govern the entire nation by yourselves, seeing that everybody here is holy. Well, that was BS, because they was just complaining about the leeks in Egypt and the fish and the cucumbers and everything that they missed in Egypt. But now you holy now. Come on.
Every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord.
Why do you think that you could be in charge? Why can't we help step in? Why can't we govern this nation, Moses and Aaron? Come on.
And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face.
Moses fell upon his face. Read.
And spake unto Korah and unto all his company.
Come on.
Saying, even tomorrow the Lord will show who are his, and who is holy.
So his response to them is, the Lord is going to reveal who is with him and who is not. Come on.
And will cause him to come near unto him, even him whom he has chosen.
Whom he hath chosen, read.
Will he cause to come near unto him.
So the Lord was going to choose. And when we read the history, if you have not read this history, go back and read this history. You see what happens to these men, Korah, the sons of Kohath, and Dathan. Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, all right? So understand, this was a failed coup attempt. This was not able to go down. The Lord was not allowing this to happen because the men of God were in place, all right? Judges chapter 9 and verse 1. We're going to read about Abimelech now. Come on.
Judges chapter 9 and verse 1. And Abimelech, the son of Jerubbaal,
Uh-huh.
went to Shechem unto his mother's brethren, and communed with them, and with all the family of the house of the mother's father, saying, Speak, I pray you, in the ears of all the men of Shechem, whether it is better for you, either to all the sons of Jerubbaal, which are 70 persons, reign over you, or that one reign over you. Remember also that I am for your bone and your flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And his mother's brethren spake of him in the ears of all the men of Shechem all these words, and their hearts inclined to follow Abimelech, for they said, He is our brother.
So Abimelech went and gathered all the people and said, hey, you should follow me. Follow me. I'm the guy. Come on.
And he went up to his father's house at Ophrah, and slew his brethren, the sons of Jerubbaal,
It says, and he slew all his brethren. Come on.
being 70 persons upon one stone.
Uh-huh.
Notwithstanding yet, Jotham, the youngest son of Jerubbaal, was left, for he hid himself.
So it was one that was saved. Jotham, the son of Jerubbaal, who was kept hid. Come on.
And all the men of Shechem gathered together, and all the house of Milo, and went and made Abimelech king.
So this was a successful coup. Abimelech gathered all his brothers and said, come on, all of y'all need to serve me. And then he killed them all, just so he make sure he had no dissenters amongst him. Nobody else that might try and lay claim to that throne that he was seeking. But one of his brothers escaped. Come on.
By the plain of the pillar that was in Shechem.
So we see another coup attempt, and this one was a successful coup. Now we're going to talk about Athaliah. 2 Kings chapter 11. We're going to read verses 1 to 21. 2 Kings chapter 11. Come on.
2 Kings chapter 11 and verse 1. And when Athaliah, the mother of Ahaziah, saw that her son was dead, she arose and destroyed all the seed royal.
She destroyed what?
All the seed royal.
Isn't that just what we read about with Abimelech? She destroyed all the seed royal. Come on.
But Jehosheba, the daughter of the king Joram, sister of Ahaziah, took Joash, the son of Ahaziah, and stole him from among the king's sons.
So again, we see one of the sons is stolen away, hid from the evil to come. Come on.
Which were slain, and they hid him, even him and his nurse, in the bedchamber from Athaliah, so that he was not slain.
So that her coup attempt eventually would be overthrown. Watch this. Come on.
And he was with her hid in the house of the Lord 6 years. And Athaliah did reign over the land.
And Athaliah did reign over the land because she usurped the authority by killing all of the seed royal. Come on.
And the 7th year, Jehoiada sent and fetched the rulers over hundreds.
So Jehoiada was the priest at this time. He says he sent and fetched rulers over hundreds. Read.
With the captains and the guard, and brought them to him into the house of the Lord, and made a covenant with them.
And made a what?
Made a covenant with them. And took an oath of them that of the house of the Lord, and showed them the king's son.
So what Jehoiada did was he took the loyal men of the kingdom and he showed them, hey, look, this is the king's son. This is who is the rightful king, not this wicked Athaliah. Come on.
And he commanded them, saying, this is the thing that ye shall do. A third part of you that enter in the Sabbath shall even be keepers of the watch of the king's house.
So it said one part of you, a third of you, is going to be keepers of the house of the watch of the king's house. Come on.
And a third part shall be at the gate of the
and a third of you is going to be at the gate of Sur. Come on.
And the third part at the gate behind the guard.
And another third of you are going to be at the gate behind the guard. Come on. He's setting up a plan. Come on.
So shall ye keep watch of the house.
Come on.
That it be not broken down. And 2 parts of you shall that go forth on the Sabbath, even they shall keep the watch of the house of the Lord about the king.
Come on. So he's setting up others that will go forth to keep the watch of the house of the Lord. Come on.
And ye shall compass the king around about, every man with his weapons in his hand.
So you're going to all surround the king and make sure that you ready for war. That's what he said when we got your weapons in your hand. Come on.
And he that cometh with the ranges, let him be slain.
If you come within distance of us to try to get to the king, you're going to get put to death. That's what Jehoiada's instructions were. Come on.
And be ye with the king as he goeth out, and as he cometh in. And the captains over the hundreds did according to all the things that Jehoiada the priest commanded.
So they followed his instructions to the T, to the letter. Come on.
And they took every man his men that were to come in on the Sabbath, with them that should go out on the Sabbath, and came to Jehoiada the priest. And to the captains over the hundreds did the priest give King David's spears and shields that were in the temple of the Lord.
So when it says every man shall have his weapons in his hands, these are the weapons that they had. They had King David's spears and shields that were in the temple of the Lord. Come on.
And the guard stood every man with his weapons in his hand, round about the king, from the right corner of the temple to the left corner of the temple.
Come on.
Along by the altar and the temple.
So when Athaliah did her evil coup attempt, right, and she became the ruler over Israel for a short period of time, right, this was a righteous coup to get back the kingdom and give it to the rightful king. Read.
And he brought forth the king's son and put the crown upon him.
So now you see the king's son. Hey, you are the king now. Oh, God saved the king. Come on.
And gave him the testimony. And they made him king and anointed him. And they clapped their hands and said, God save the king.
God save the king. Come on.
And when Athaliah heard the noise of the guard.
So Athaliah is hearing a rumbling and a grumbling. Come on.
And of the people. She came to the people into the temple of the Lord.
Come on.
And when she looked, behold, the king stood by a pillar, as the manner was. And the princes and the trumpeters by the king. And all the people of the land rejoiced, and blew with trumpets. And Athaliah rent her clothes and cried, treason, treason.
So Athaliah, when she's seeing this, she said, oh no. She didn't call it a coup, but she knew that these people were trying to take her authority away. So what did she do? She cried out, treason, treason. Come on.
But Jehoiada the priest commanded the captains of the hundreds, the officers of the host, and said unto them, have her forth without the reins.
So, capture that woman. Come on.
And him that followeth her kill with the sword.
And anybody that's loyal to her, kill with the sword. Come on.
For the priest had said, let her not be slain in the house of the Lord.
Don't let her be killed in the house of God. Come on.
And they laid hands on her, and she went by the way by the which the horses came into the king's house. And there was she slain.
So she was killed out back by where the horses were. Come on.
And Jehoiada made the covenant between the Lord and the king and the people, that they should be the Lord's people.
That they should be the Lord's people, that they should follow God's commandments, that our people, even what we have to do to this very day, that we should be following after God and no one else. Come on.
Between the king also and the people. And all the people of the land went into the house of the Baal and break it down. His altars and his images break they in pieces thoroughly. And they slew Mattan, the priest of Baal, before the altar.
You see that? So they break down the images of Baal, and they slew Mattan, the priest of Baal, before the altars. Come on.
And appointed the priests, appointed officers over the house of the Lord.
And the priests appointed officers over the house of the Lord. Read on.
And he took the rulers of hundreds, and the captains, and the guard, and all the people of the land, and they brought down the king from the house of the Lord, and came by the way of the gate of the guard to the king's house. And he sat he sat on the throne on the king.
So he sat on the king's throne. He was his coup attempt had been successful. Come on.
And all the people of the land rejoiced, and the city was in quiet.
Uh-huh.
And they slew Athaliah with the sword besides the king's house.
And we read earlier in verse 16 that she was slown. Is that a word? Sloon? No, slain. Slain. There we go. Slain by the horses. Come on. Where the horses are brought into the king's house. Come on.
7 years old was Jehoash when he began to reign.
7 years old was Jehoash when he began to reign. So we see Athaliah had a coup. She killed the seed royal. They hid away Jehoash. Then a little while later, Jehoiada the priest, he did a counter coup, all right, to put the rightful king in place, back into place, all right? So let's get 2 Kings chapter 15 now. 2 Kings chapter 15. Let's read about some more. 15 and verse 8.
2 Kings chapter 15 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
In the 30th and 8th year of Azariah the king of Judah, did Zechariah the son of Jeroboam reign over in Israel.
This is not the Jeroboam that we read about. Okay, this is another Jeroboam. Come on, this is not the Jeroboam from the split. Come on.
At the son of Jeroboam reigned in Israel in Samaria 6 months, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, as his fathers had done. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin.
So you see that this is this first one was Jeroboam the son of Joash, who was not the same as Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who was the originator, the original ruler over Israel at the time of the split. Come on.
And Shallum the son of Jabesh conspired against them.
Shallum did what?
Conspired against them.
So Shallum conspired against him. Come on.
And smote him before the people, and slew him and reigned in his stead.
Come on.
And the rest of the acts of Zechariah, behold, they are written in the book of Chronicles of the kings of Israel. This was the word of the Lord which came and spake unto Jehu, saying, Thy son shall sit on the throne of Israel unto the 4th generation. And so it came to pass.
Come on.
Shallum, the son of Jabesh, began to reign in the 9th and 13th year of the Uzziah the king of Judah. And he reigned a full month in Samaria.
So keep in mind, Zechariah only reigned 6 months before he was slain, right? Because of a coup. Now, Shallum, he reigned a full month in Samaria. I wonder why. Let's see. Come on.
For Menahem, the son of Gadi, went up to Tisra,
from Tirzah,
and came to Samaria, and smote Shallum.
And what did he do?
Smote Shallum.
So now we got Menahem, who came up to kill Shallum. What goes around comes around. Let's get there real quick. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. We're going to come right back here. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7, just to prove that that's biblical right there. Give me Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7, because exactly what Shallum did to Zechariah was done unto him in only a month. Come on.
Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Whatever you sow, that shall you also reap. So if you reap treachery, underhandedness, if you try to go about getting things the wrong way by killing a man, God said, I got something for that. I'm going to send somebody to kill you in a month of you taking on the kingdom of Samaria. Read. Go back to 2 Kings 15. Read verse 14 again.
2 Kings chapter 15 and verse 14. For Menahem, the son of Gadi, went up from Tisra and came to Samaria and smote Shallum, the son of Jabesh, in Samaria, and slew him and reigned in his stead.
So he slew him, and now he's the king. Come on.
And the rest of the acts of Shallum and his conspiracy which he made, behold, they are written in the book of Chronicles of the kings of Israel.
So you see, this common theme. When the Bible doesn't call these particular things coups, they call them conspiracies. Why? Because they conspire to kill those or to usurp authority of those that are already in power. All right, let's keep reading.
Verse 16. Then Menahem smote Tifsa,
Tifsa,
and all that were therein, and the coast thereof from Tirzah, because they opened not to him. Therefore he smote it. And all the women therein that were with child he ripped up.
Come on.
In the 9 and 13th year of Azariah the king of Judah began Menahem the son of Gadi to reign over Israel, and reigned 10 years in Samaria. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not all his days from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin.
All right, now let's jump down to verse 23. Come on.
Verse 23. In the 50th year of Azariah the king of Judah, Pekahiah the son of Menahem.
So this is Menahem's son. Read.
The son of Menahem began to reign over Israel in Samaria, and reigned 2 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord.
Come on.
He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin.
Come on.
But Pekah the son of Remaliah, a captain of his. The
captain of his, so somebody who he put in place, what did he do?
Conspired against him.
There goes that word again. Conspired against him. He conspired. That's what we sing over and over and over and over again, is these conspiracies against those in power. Come on.
And smote him in Samaria, the place of the king's house.
In the palace of the king's house. Read.
And Argob and Ariah, with him 50 men of the Gileadites. And he killed them and reigned in his room.
And reigned in his room in place of him. Come on.
And the rest of the acts of Pekahiah and all that he did, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel.
So there we see a series of coups. We see one person kill another, kill another, kill another. All right? It's just constant turmoil, dismay, evil going on in the northern kingdom of Israel. That's why none of them northern kingdom Israelites and Israelite kings good at all. None at all. Shout out the northern kingdom. All right. Now let's get another example with Absalom and David. Let's get 2 Samuel chapter 15. Let's start at verse 1.
2 Samuel chapter 15 verse 1. And it came to pass after this that Absalom prepared his chariots and horses and 50 men to run before him.
So this is the beginning of Absalom's preparation of treachery. Understand, he was very offended that he had not seen his father. So what did he do? He conspired once again. Come on.
And 50 men to run before him. And Absalom rose up early and stood beside the way of the gate. And it was so that when any man that had a controversy came to the king for judgment.
So now we see people are supposed to go to the king for judgment. But what did Absalom do? Come on.
Then Absalom called unto him and said, Of what city art thou?
Of what city art thou, brethren? Come on.
And he said, Thy servant is one of the tribes of Israel.
Come on.
And Absalom said unto him, See, thy matters are good and right.
So he's whispering sweet nothings in these people's ears. He's telling you what you're doing is good. What you're seeking is right in terms of seeking judgment. Come on with me. I'll show you some true judgment. Watch. Come on. We're going to read it. Come on.
But there is no man deputed in the king to hear thee.
So there's no man that's put in place to hear you of the king. Come on.
Absalom said, Moreover, oh, that I were made judge in the land.
He said, oh, but if I were made judge in the land, read.
That every man which hath any suit or cause might come unto me.
So if that were me, if I were put in that position, here's what I would do. I'd do you some good. Read.
And I would do him justice.
And I would do him justice. Come on.
And it was so that when any man came up nigh to him to do him obeisance, he put forth his hand.
Obeisance.
Obeisance.
Come on.
He put forth his hands and took him and kissed him.
And took him and kissed him. Come on.
And
Showed
on,
flattery. Come on.
and on this matter did Absalom to all Israel that came to the king for judgment. So Absalom stole the hearts of the men of Israel.
So just like what we see with America when they implement their coups, Absalom took his time with it. All right. This was not some fly-by-night sort of plan. What Absalom did was calculated. He was patient. He waited to do what he needed to do with the people to win them over so that it would be an easier end for him to try and get the kingdom usurped from his father. Come on.
And it came to pass after 40 years that Absalom said unto the king,
Come on.
I pray thee, let me go and pay my vow, which I have vowed unto the Lord in Hebron. For thy servant vowed a vow while I abode at Jeshur in Syria, saying, if the Lord shall bring me again indeed to Jerusalem, then I will serve the Lord. And the king said unto him, go in peace. So he arose and went to Hebron.
So he went to Hebron, but he didn't go there for the reason why he stated. We're going to read it. Come on.
But Absalom sent spies throughout all the tribes of Israel.
So now it was time for him to implement his plan. He said, I'm going to send spies out. Isn't that what the United States does with the CIA? Don't they send their spies out globally to see what's going on in these countries? Let's get the heartbeat of the people in Venezuela, in China, in Iran, in Afghanistan, in Hawaii. Let's see where I can find weaknesses in the current government if I disagree with what they got going on. Let's see how I can destabilize this country because I want to put my man in place. Read.
Saying, as soon as ye hear the sound of the trumpet, then ye shall say, Absalom reigneth in Hebron.
And soon as you, this is the signal. As soon as you hear this trumpet, boop, 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 then you gonna know that I'm reigning in Hebron. Come on.
And with Absalom went 200 men out of Jerusalem that were called, and they went into their simplicity.
And they went in their simplicity, read.
And they knew not anything.
Why? Because they were tricked by Absalom. He was trying to usurp the kingdom from his father David, and it almost worked. Read.
And Absalom sent Ahithophel,
Read.
the Gilonite,
The Gilonite, come on.
David's counselor, from his city, even to Gilah, while he offered sacrifices, and the conspiracy was strong.
And the conspiracy, there goes that word again, was strong. Why was it strong? Because he waited. He did that patiently. Because read verse 7 again. Read verse 7 at the top of it. Come on.
Verse 7. And it came to pass after 40 years.
After how long?
40 years.
So now we know when we read verse 12, and the conspiracy was strong because he did this for 40 years. 40 years it took him time to build this up, to win the hearts of the people, to make sure he had the right men in place, the right spies in these certain locations to be able to do his plan, to carry out his craftily calculated plan. That's a shame to have a devil on you like that for 40 years. 40 years to try and usurp authority just biding your time. I'm going to wait until it's the right time. Oh, 40 years later. All right. Now we here. It's time to go. It's time to move. Is that the end of verse 12? Read that for the people.
Verse 12. And Absalom sent the Ahithophel, the Gilonite, David's counselor, from his city, even from Gilah, while he offered sacrifices. And the conspiracy was strong.
The conspiracy was strong. The coup, the setup for the coup was strong. Come on.
For the people increased continually with Absalom.
Because they had been won over that long period of time. Now go back and read this history. Obviously it ends up failing, but this was another attempted coup amongst our people. All right, so this ain't nothing new. in the United States, Babylon's experience with coups, and also amongst our people. 2 Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 21. We're going to read about a nooker named Menelaus. Come on.
2 Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 21. Now when Apollonius, the son of Menesthius, was sent into Egypt for the coronation of the king, Ptolemaeus
Philometor,
and Antiochus, understanding him not to be well affected to his affairs, provided for his own safety, whereupon he came to Joppa, and from thence to Jerusalem.
Come on.
Where he was honorably received of Jason of the city, and was brought with torchlight and with a great shoutings. And so afterwards went with his host unto Phoenice. 3 years after, Jason went to...
read it right. 3 years afterward, Jason sent...
3 years afterwards, Jason sent Menelaus, the aforesaid Simon's brother.
The aforesaid Simon's brother, come on.
The aforesaid Simon's brother,
come on,
to bear the money of the king, and to put him in mind certain necessary matters.
So Menelaus was sent to deal with certain matters with the heathen. Come on.
But he, being brought to the presence of the king, when he had magnified him to the glorious appearance of his power, got the priesthood to himself, offering more than Jason.
So Jason was wicked, and he sought to be high priest when you read earlier in the chapter. But guess what? When Menelaus got the opportunity, he said, no, no, no. I'm going to take this for myself. Come on.
Offering more than Jason by 300 talents of silver.
And in this case, he paid his way to try and get in. Come on.
So he came with the king's mandate, bringing nothing worthy the high priesthood.
Why? Because that's not how you're supposed to get the priesthood. You're not supposed to get it by paying for it. You're supposed to be one of the sons of Aaron to get that thing through your honorable lineage and your honorable reputation. Come on.
But having the fury of a cruel tyrant and rage of a savage beast.
And he had the rage of a savage beast and the fury of a cruel tyrant. Come on.
Then Jason, who had undermined his own brother, being undermined by another.
So Jason was trying to undermine someone, his brother, was undermined by somebody else. There you go. Galatians 6 and 7 once again. Read.
Was compelled to flee in the country of the Amorites.
And now he had to go amongst his enemies, Ammon, to be able to get away. Come on.
So Menelaus got the principality. But as for the money that he had promised unto the king, he took no good order for it.
Come on.
Albeit,
meaning he wasn't trying to pay it. Come on.
Albeit,
but
Sostratus, the ruler of the castle, required of him.
But he still had debt collectors at his door knocking. Hey, where's my money, man? Where's my money? Where's my money? He was like Stewie in Family Guy. All right? So let's get some examples going into the tentacles that Babylon has spread throughout the earth. Now that we see that coups are something that's not new, not in Israel, not in the world, let's get some examples, all right? Previously, we covered Hawaii. America wanted, and when it comes to coups, right, America, Babylon the Great, typically wants coups for the resources that they can get. So when they committed the coup against the last queen of Hawaii, right, they wanted it for the rich volcanic soil that was there, the minerals, the koa wood, and the produce, like your pineapples. There's a man named Dole Pineapple. He was one of the financiers of the coup in Hawaii. For what reason? So that he could make his billion-dollar empire of selling you those delicious pineapples. So every time you eat a Dole pineapple, just know you supporting that coup. All right? Macadamia nuts and other tropical fruits is what they wanted from Hawaii. So let's talk about And that was in 1893. 1893. This is the video that got us cut off last time, so we're not going to play it again. But we're going to jump to 1953 with Iran. Give me that from 8:29. We're going to go to 12:10. Hopefully this won't get us cut off. Let's see. Come on.
1953, where Iran had just elected a new star politician, Mohammad Mossadegh.
Mohammad Mossadegh was the new man in town. Come on.
Valuable natural resource, oil, which at the time was completely controlled by a British.
Pause. Surprise, surprise. What are they after? Oil. Read.
The Anglo-Iranian Oil Company. We know it today as BP. Mossadegh is done with this. Let's kick the British out and take back our oil. But like the U.S.
So wait. Isn't this what we see going on in Venezuela? There you got U.S. companies got their tentacles, I'm going to say it again, in Venezuela, utilizing Venezuelan resources. Venezuela says, I've had enough. Maduro's like, we are done with this. We're going to get Venezuela back to using Venezuelan resources. Not these other nations coming in here and robbing us of our resources. Same thing that happened with Iran and the British. Come on.
Not happy with Iranians trying to take back their resources. So they warn that if they do this, there will be consequences. So the British catch a quick meeting with the CIA's Middle East guy who was passing through London. And they pitch him on this idea.
There he goes again. The CIA. Come on.
The CIA's like, okay, and they kind of sniff communist vibes on Mossadegh with this big desire to nationalize Iran's oil, or at least they tell themselves they do.
God forbid you nationalize your own oil in your own land. Read.
CIA agrees, and they secretly send this guy to Iran. He's the Middle East bureau chief, Kermit Roosevelt. He's like in his 30s. Oh, and yes, he is the grandson of another big coup guy, Teddy Roosevelt.
So Teddy Roosevelt, they said, pause, just so you know. They said he's a grandson of another big coup guy, Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt, he participated in two major coups, okay? The Panamanian Revolt of 1903 and in Cuba in 1906, okay? Panamanian Revolt 1903 and Cuba in 1906, all right? Play that.
Sneaks into Iran and is given $1 million taxpayer dollars to use, quote, in any way that would bring about the fall of Mossadegh. So
Pause.
American CIA.
These people operate completely outside of your normal laws, right? These people in the CIA, they operate outside of the normal parameters of citizens who have to be law-abiding citizens. This millions of dollars that he was given, it basically allowed him free range. Do whatever you see fit in that country to jack it up. Come on.
Agents in Iran secretly trying to overthrow the government. And it's a rocky start at first with a bunch of failures. But they start using their money to get traction, bribing politicians, religious clerics, and other leaders to say divisive and controversial things about Mossadegh. They hire locals to stage.
Pause. And this is another thing they do. This is about those popular persuasions that we read about in the scriptures, that they use those as an opportunity to do what? To destabilize the country. Now I'm spitting out propaganda against the guy that's trying to do better for his country. Read. Play.
Religious leaders, making it look like they had been ordered to do so by Mossadegh. But really, they were just getting paid by the CIA to do this. And with enough time and money, they create an atmosphere of chaos and hostility and distrust among the public.
Pause. So what that's talking about is a psyop. That is a psyop. When you are paying people to push a particular narrative that is not true, and people end up following after that, that's called a psyop. Come on.
Oh, and there's weapons. The CIA stashes enough weapons and explosives to support a, quote, 10,000-man guerrilla organization for 6 months. Like, just in case they need to, like, start a full-on conflict.
Pause. You see what I mean when I say these people do not operate within the normal bounds of the law that you and I are bound to? They are given free range to do whatever they want as long as they got the money to back it up. Come on.
The result of all of this is more violence and chaos that engulfs the capital. Shops are being destroyed, bullets are flying into mosques, people are beaten, and thousands of paid demonstrators flood the street. The city falls into anarchy, all of it orchestrated by CIA money. And in the end, this all results in a bloody shootout at Mossadegh's house. He eventually gives up and turns himself in. He's put through a sham trial and found guilty of treason and sentenced to 3 years in solitary confinement and then house arrest, where he stayed until his death. The previous ruler of Iran, Mohammad Reza Shah, which just means king, had fled the country. But now, with the democratically elected Mossadegh gone, and with the backing of the US and UK...
And pause. So this was the previous guy who was over Iran. They're going to bring him back into the country to rule over it. Okay, it's going to explain that. But you're going to see this over and over and over again, that the United States will push out the guy that they're threatened by, and they'll bring in a United States sympathizer that they can control like a puppet. Read.
Charter
Play.
a flight back into Iran and take control.
The Shah crowns himself in a tradition which goes back 25 centuries. His title is King of Kings, and he becomes Emperor of...
Pause. And then they call him this. He calls this guy calls himself the guy who partners with the devil to get the guy, the Mossadegh guy, kicked out of his own country and basically killed. Right now, they didn't kill him, but they put him in prison and he died there. So while that's happening, this guy crowns himself and calls himself the King of Kings. Let's get that in Revelation chapter 17, verse 14. Read.
Revelations chapter 17, verse 14.
Uh-huh.
These shall make war with the Lamb.
So this is talking about in these last days, right? The kingdoms of the earth will make war with the Lamb, with Christ. Come on.
The Lamb shall overcome them.
And the Lamb shall overcome them, because they can't fight against God. With all their weaponry and with all their missile defense systems and with all their ICBMs, nuclear bombs, and big bullets, they're not going to be able to overcome the King. Come on.
For he is Lord of lords.
For he is Lord of lords and what?
And King of kings.
The only King of kings is Jesus Christ, the Black Messiah. Thank you very much. It's not this dude that's going to partner up with Esau, the damn devil that the Bible speaks of. Read.
And they that are with him.
The people that are with him, who are keeping his commandments and the faith in him, come on,
are called. And chosen. And faithful.
They're not going to join up with the enemy to get somebody else out. He could even do it his dang self, but he the King of Kings. How's that? How is that? That makes no sense. You had to have Esau, the devil, help you get your kingdom back. Now you the King of Kings. Makes no sense. Go ahead and play that. Finish off that video. These people bugged out. Come on.
The U.S. really came out on top here. They got what they wanted. They now have an American-friendly dictator in a powerful country in the Middle East who is now welcoming American oil companies to get in on one of the largest oil reserves on Earth. Under the Shah, Iran becomes a brutal police state. He executed military officers.
Pause. So you also see this as a frequent result of these coups. With America, when they put certain people into place, they put them in place, they give them a bunch of guns and money, and then what you see is they end up taking that out on the people. They become brutal dictators as a result. Same thing with this guy, no different. Come on.
Leaders, anyone associated with Mossadegh. He set up a secret police force, and life was brutal. So brutal that in 1979, the frustration of Iranians burst forth in mass protests that ran the Shah out of office. And
Wait, pause. I thought he was the King of Kings. I thought he was the King of Kings. How you get run out by your own people as the King of Kings? Come on, man. That's cool. I mean, that's not cool. That's foolishness. Come on.
With an inspiring new leader who would turn Iran into an Islamic republic, built in part off a foundation of resentment for the U.S. having meddled in their country.
Pause. And that is what they are building. Every time they do these coups, they are globally, around the world, building enemies. They got a Rolodex of enemies that the Lord is going to send against them here in these last days. And we see in the beginning stages of it now. Come on.
The Islamic Republic has held power ever since and has morphed into the oppressive theocracy we know today, though maybe not for long.
All right, so now we're going to jump to 1960 to 1965 in the Congo. So again, remember, every time Esau goes into these lands, what they're doing is they're looking for the resources. Clearly, in the Middle East, we already know what the resources are, right? It's oil. It's oil, because oil is one of those resources that runs the world. The whole world runs on oil. Every single developed country in this earth, even those underdeveloped countries, they all use, need, buy, sell, and trade in oil. All right, let's watch this about the Congo. You can watch the whole thing. It's just a short video. This again was in 1960 to 1965 in the Congo. Come on.
This is Congo's first prime minister, just hours ahead of his murder.
His first. This is the first prime minister of the Congo. Come on. Who was this? This guy's familiar to us. Some of y'all. Come on.
Patrice Lumumba was assassinated months after freeing Congo from Belgian colonial rule.
Pause. Here we go again. Another world leader trying to separate from colonial powers. In Iran, it was the it was British. It was the British oil that had control over Iran. They did away with that. Here comes the United States, big brother. In the Congo, because as we've seen already, Bishop has gone over this many times, that they were exploiting them for rubber. They were cutting hands off in the Congo. Right? King Leopold II, he was doing this. So here comes a man that's about the people to get them out from under years, centuries of oppressive colonial rule. Read, play.
But let's take a step back. Here's Lumumba negotiating Congo's independence in Belgium. And here he is on the day of Congo's independence, giving an impromptu and fiery speech.
Nous avons connu les ironies, les insultes, les coups que nous devions subir matin.
All right, so it says, we have known ironies, insults. We have had to submit to beatings. Come on.
Et soir.
Day and night, because we are black.
The man in white is the Belgian King Baudouin. He was shocked that Lumumba dared to speak about the atrocities committed by Belgian colonialists.
Pause. Isn't that what we're seeing now? Wasn't it J.D. Vance? Correct me if I'm wrong. My memory is not that great when it comes to these things. But wasn't it J.D. Vance that just went out there and said that we are not going to have to apologize about the ills of America for being white? No longer will we have to do that. That same spirit has always been in Esau. They hate to hear about the evil stuff that they've done in the world. Even though it's plain as day to see, they can't hide from it. They've done it all over the place, repeatedly, over and over, generation to generation, from the beginning. But when you say it, when you tell them the truth in their face, they hate it, especially when it comes out of a mouth of an Israelite. Damn, come on.
Baudouin and other Western leaders saw Lumumba as a threat to their power. And above all, they wanted to keep control of Congo's mineral resources.
Come on. Wait,
They
they wanted to keep control of Congo's what? Mineral resources. So the resources that were in Congo were cobalt, copper, diamonds, gold, and rubber. All right, come on.
Political enemies and orchestrated his assassination. Congolese and Belgian officers executed Lumumba on January 17, 1961.
Uh-huh.
The assassination had the tacit consent of the US, who had previously planned to use the CIA to murder Lumumba.
There we go.
Lumumba's
Once
body
again
was
with the
mutilated
CIA.
and
Come on.
dissolved in acid. Only a tooth, which a Belgian officer kept as a trophy.
Pause. And you see how sick these people are? They keep them as trophies. The only remaining body part of Patrice Lumumba, after melting his body in acid, this sick, twisted devil decided to keep as a trophy. Look whose tooth I got. I got the tooth of the mighty Patrice Lumumba. Not so mighty now, is he? It's the same thing that we see in Django with, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio, keeping the skull of his father's slave. These people are sick, man, and they're going to go down. Come on.
It wasn't until 2022 that Belgium returned the tooth to his family.
So you talking about, what's that, 60 years in between? 60 years before you give back what you owe. what should have been never been taken in the first place. You gonna keep this man's tooth for that long. Evil people, come on.
Apologized.
Un homme a été assassiné pour ses convictions politiques.
But until today, no one was ever held accountable.
And still, they have not
This
paid
is
for their
Congress-
crimes. That's why Jesus the Christ, the black Messiah, got to come and deliver true justice upon this earth. All right? Let's go to now 1963 in South Vietnam. I don't know if y'all catching it, but the reason why we talking about all these different things is to show you how far and wide Babylon's influence is. When the Bible talks about the whore that sitteth on many waters, there's no debating who that is. None whatsoever. And if you think in your heart to believe that it could be anybody else, like those of you who think it's the Arabs because they got swords on their flags, something is wrong with you. Something is seriously wrong with y'all. That's another class, so I don't want to get off on a tangent. We ain't got that much time left. But y'all make me sick. Y'all like that. All right, so now we're going to 1963 South Vietnam. We're going to play from 1812 to 2010. 1812 to 2010. Let's play that.
And boy, this is a way bigger one than we have time for, but we're trying to focus on the coup element of this. Vietnam was divided in two, between communist and pro-Western governments. The US needs the South to stay on their side, but Washington starts to lose confidence in this guy, the South's leader. He's losing a grip on the country, and the US fears that communism will take over the whole country of Vietnam. So the CIA rolls up its sleeves. It's time for another coup.
Pause.
This time,
So, again, communism is the so-called enemy. But what about American interests are going to be affected by what's going on in South Vietnam? What? They just want to continue to have their foothold all over the globe. Come on.
they focus on a South Vietnamese general who also doesn't love the president, and he agrees to do the CIA's bidding. And when given the signal, the general directs his military to seize the airport and radio stations, and they block off highways. They march to the presidential palace, a bloody shootout goes down, and this president, President Diem, escapes. He happens to be with his brother, but it's not going well for them, so he realizes that he needs to set up a meeting to surrender. They're gonna meet at a Catholic church.
So check this out. Watch this. Pay very close attention to this. This is how evil these people are. They set up a meetup for a peaceful exchange of power because he's already out in the country. All right? He just had to flee. So let's set up a meetup. Let's talk this out. Come on.
This was probably going to be a peaceful meeting, but when the generals arrive, they just kill him on the spot.
See that?
Saying,
Kill him on the spot.
quote, "To kill the weed, you must pull up the roots."
Pause. In order to kill the weeds, you must pull up the roots. Meaning, those that follow you are going to be shook by the fact that we showed up here and we came to murder you. That's what they came to do. They didn't come for nothing else. And guess who gave them the power to do that? Esau put the battery in their back to be able to kill their own brother. All right, come on.
Meaning, in order to solve the problem, Diem must die. Exile was not enough. Now, the U.S. actually didn't plan for this to happen. They didn't want to kill this guy.
Pause.
It was
Whether or not that's true, because I can't really go based on what America says, because we know behind closed doors they say one thing and they do another. We know that they are still responsible. The blood is still on their hands. They gave the guy the gun. They said, "Here." And then when he killed him, they're like, "Oh, well, we didn't know that was going to happen." But the blood is still on your head. That's why the scriptures call him the bloody man, the violent man. Come on.
not an official order from Washington.
Uh-huh.
But they made this coup happen. JFK is said to be really distraught about this.
Oh,
The
Mr.
first
Poor
American
Catholic John F. Kennedy. Come on.
Catholic president behind the coup that killed the first Vietnamese Catholic president.
Pause. And you see the irony in that? They both supposedly Catholics, but he didn't have no respect for his Catholic brother before he died, but now he died, now you got all this remorse for him. You see how evil that is? Come on.
And incidentally, JFK was assassinated 20 days later.
And again, here we go. You getting the people assassinated, now you got to go. That's why we read these things in the scriptures. And the same thing about the general. We read earlier about a man who was the military leader for one of the kings. And guess what? he put him to death too. It's the same thing on repeat. Come on.
One national security journalist argues that Diem's assassination actually had a greater impact on American history than the murder of JFK, because it locked the US into a decade of conflict in Vietnam, which ballooned into a long war, ending in an embarrassing defeat.
Pause. The Vietnam War was one of the turning points for the United States in terms of support for the war machine of America. All right? Before that, you had all these wars, World War I, World War II. America backed that like like a country's supposed to. But when you get to Vietnam, it was a conflict that should have never happened. America should have never been involved with. It was evil as hell. It was wasteful. It was expensive. People died. And even Vietnam veterans were disrespected to this day. To this day. That is an occurrence because of what went down in Vietnam. Come on.
Political crisis at home. One of the few coups where the U.S. actually had to deal with the aftermath.
All right, now we're going to move on. We're going to go to 1973 now in Chile. Okay? So just in case you're tracking, we've got in the Pacific, Hawaii to start out. Then we go to the Middle East, Iran. Then we go to Africa, the Congo. Then we go to Asia with South Vietnam. Now we're in South America with Chile, 1973. All right? Play that first one.
The CIA helped destroy a democracy in Chile.
So check this out. Pause. What we're about to hear about is a man who was the first democratically elected socialist in the world. In the world. He made history. Just like with this guy in South Vietnam being the first Catholic South Vietnamese president. Right? First ever democratically elected socialist. America didn't like that. So what you think they did? Come on.
And endorsed a brutal military dictatorship that emerged from its ashes. In 1970, Chile made history, electing Salvador Allende.
Salvador Allende. Read.
World's first Marxist president chosen in a democratic vote. His government pursued sweeping reforms. Prices were frozen, wages rose, key industries including copper were nationalized. Supporters saw it as social progress, but to Washington, the threat of growing ties to the Soviet Union was unacceptable.
Pause. You see here again, the growing ties to the Soviet Union, aka communism. Again, all of these code words, all of these dog whistles, they exist today. They just exist in different forms. Now, instead of being threatened by communism, right, they just come out and say Russia, right, when it comes to certain things. Oh, Russia interfered in the elections. Russia interfered with this. It was Russia. Russia did this. Russia did that. Okay? It's the same thing. The Soviet Union is Russia of old, the old USSR, okay? That became the old Soviet Union, the USSR, which became Russia of today, all right? Now, when you're talking about domestically in the United States, they are afraid of what they call black identity extremists. Same dog whistle as communism back then. Come on.
Nixon called for action and the CIA got to work.
Oh, CIA again. Come on.
Project Fubelt was a covert effort to undermine Allende's presidency. Money flowed to opposition groups. Strikes were supported. The media was influenced. On September 11th, 1973, the Chilean military launched a coup, attacking the presidential palace with tanks and fighter jets. The CIA knew...
Sound familiar? Pause. Sound familiar? Attacking the presidential palace. Ain't that where, what's the name was? Maduro, wasn't he in the presidential palace when he got took? Huh? Read. Play.
Nothing to stop it. Allende gave a final radio address, then died inside.
He died as a result of the
to
attack.
General Augusto Pinochet. The junta suspended the Constitution. Thousands were detained, tortured, or disappeared. The U.S. quickly recognized the new regime.
Pause.
And
despite the fact that they knew how brutal this man was from the start, It said that he suspended the Constitution and thousands went missing, were murdered. They supported him. Why? Because he supported them. Come on.
Supported it with aid despite reports of repression. Chile's democracy was gone.
Gone, just like that. Come on.
Replaced by 17 years of authoritarian rule. Dictatorship didn't flourish because democracy failed. Dictatorship flourished because democracy was an inconvenience.
Democracy, the same democracy that America says that they believe in. All right, so let's get the next video. Why? Why did this happen? Come on. And you're going to see another theme here, another example of a man trying to get his country off of the colonial bankroll. Come on.
In the early 1970s, Chile faced a critical decision that would alter its economic landscape. The country's vast copper reserves, crucial for global industry, were largely
and
owned
pause.
by foreign companies.
It says copper, which was a vast, crucial global industry in Chile. Come on.
Under President Salvador Allende, Chile embarked on a bold path, nationalizing its copper industry.
Oh, there we go. There goes that move again. The move that seems to get everybody taken out is nationalization of your natural resources within the country. Come on.
Move, initiated in 1970, aimed to reclaim resources for the Chilean people, allowing the government to reinvest profits into social programs. However, this decision sparked international outrage, particularly from the United States, leading to economic sanctions and covert operations.
Pause. And the audacity to think that your national resources in your own land don't belong to you. That's how prideful this devil is. Come on.
The nationalization not only shifted Chile's economy, but also set the stage for a broader struggle over resources and sovereignty in Latin America.
That's it? All right. So now, what was the aftermath of that? What was the aftermath? We're going to play the next video, go from 4 minutes and 27 seconds. I don't have an end time on this, but we're not going to watch the rest of them 5 minutes. But just keep in mind, it mentioned copper, but the other resource within Chile was lithium. Lithium, like your lithium ion batteries, and copper is what we're talking about in Chile. Come on.
In 1974, Pinochet became the supreme leader of the nation. Political parties were banned, media was censored, and left-wing papers were shut down. Around 80,000 were arrested and another 200,000 forced into exile. Pinochet launched a mop-up operation against leftists in the country known as the Caravan of Death, where
Caravan of Death. And what happened during this Caravan of Death? Pay attention to this. Come on.
Nearly 100 people across the country. In the desolated lands of the Atacama Desert in the north and Patagonia in the south, people were worked to death in concentration camps.
And they had concentration camps. Come on.
In the capital, at Villa Grimaldi, horrifying things were done to dissidents and their offspring. This was facilitated by the DINA, the National Intelligence Directorate. To the DINA can be attributed most of the horrific incidents of torture documented by, in Chile, the Catholic Church, and abroad by organizations such as Amnesty International. Its notorious torture centers, including the Villa Grimaldi on the eastern outskirts of Santiago, which DINA's Twisted Humor nicknamed the Laughter Palace.
So they called this place the Laughter Palace. That's it on that. You can look this up on your own. Watch it. It's good information. Although he looked crazy, he got some good information. All right. He looked a little homeless, but he had some good stuff when it came to that. All right. So now, last one we're going to talk about here, and then we're going to get some more scripture just to close this on out. 2003. Most of y'all listening was alive during that time in Iraq. And we back in the Middle East again, and here we go. It's about oil once again. Get from 2447 to 2550. Go ahead and play that. 2447 to 2550. Yes, sir. Let's do it.
And we're now in modern day. It's 2003, and 150,000 American troops invade Iraq. They say that they are there to find and destroy weapons of mass destruction.
Pause.
But
Did they ever find those weapons of mass destruction? You and I know what happened with that. No weapons of mass destruction were ever found. I wonder why. Come on.
their main focus is taking out this guy, Saddam Hussein.
Saddam
which they do
Hussein,
in a matter
pause.
of weeks.
Hey, and you want to know something? I remember this. Not just because I was alive, but because his death was on the internet. I think this was the first. This was like, this is the first example of how the internet can impact a generation. I remember watching Saddam Hussein getting hung on the internet. I was at my house watching it after school. Read, play.
Saddam fleeing into hiding and President Bush declaring mission accomplished, establishing an American-friendly government in Iraq, creating once again a negative byproduct by alienating huge swaths of the Iraqi people and army who form a bunch of anti-American rebel groups.
Pause. And there you go again, forming anti-American rebel groups. Because why? You're destabilizing a whole country because you want to get involved for the oil and you want to lie about why you're there. Come on.
To fight against the American occupation. Some morphing into groups like ISIS.
Pause. So when you dig into that history again, you also see that people like Hillary Clinton and the United States government backed ISIS at first. And they actually directly funded some of these organizations like ISIS. Come on.
All kinds of havoc on the region to this day. Once again, I made a whole video about this topic. Go check it out. Iraq remains a place of deep political instability. Trust in government is extremely low. And the question of how and why we did this expensive, horrific, destructive
Keep on.
coup is still something that there aren't really good answers to.
Pause. So again, this was a horrific occurrence. America has a no response for it. None whatsoever. Come on. That's it on that? All right. So now we're going to get into some scriptures, all right, according to what we just seen. Give me Job chapter 9, verse 24. We're going to wrap this up here. Come on.
Job chapter 9, verse 24.
Uh-huh.
The earth is given unto the hand of the wicked.
So if you don't know, now you know. If the scope of how wicked and evil and how far Esau will go to make sure that their authority is exerted worldwide. If this doesn't show you who the wicked is, then I don't know what could show you. I have no idea how you could possibly understand how this could be anybody else. Come on.
He covers the faces of the judges thereof.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. All right. Is that it on that?
If not, where? And who is he?
If not, who else could it be? Who else do you see with global reach such as this? Who? It can't be anybody but this white man. Esau, the devil the Bible speaks of. Give me Obadiah, verse 4.
Obadiah, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
The eagle, right? We know that America's symbol is the eagle, and all Edomite empires, major Edomite empires, have all represented the eagle. Come on.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars, come on.
Thence I will bring thee down, saith
God
the Lord.
will bring this nation down. For all the evil he has done all over the world. Come on.
If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night.
If thieves came to you by night, come on.
How art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Would they have not stolen till they had enough? The Lord is asking a question here. It's rhetorical. He said, wouldn't a regular thief just steal until he had enough to satisfy himself? Come on.
What? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Wouldn't they leave at least a little bit? Would they leave a grape or two on the vine? Come on.
How are the things of Esau searched out?
How are we going to find out who Esau is? When they come, do they leave anything behind or do they take it all? They want to take everything and then some. They want to search for if they left anything behind. Come on.
How are his hidden things sought up?
Uh-huh.
All men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
And in the time when these nations will eventually turn against Esau, we're going to see why. We already see the examples of it right here in these videos. We see exactly why these nations are going to turn on America, Babylon the Great, because of the evil, the massive evil that they've done all over the earth. Let's get Habakkuk. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5.
Come on.
Come on.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresses by wine.
Uh-huh.
He is a proud man.
That wine is talking about lies. He transgresseth by lies. Oh, there are weapons of mass destruction here. Oh, this person's a threat because he might be a communist. That's all a lie. It's a cover to get into these nations to get their resources. Come on.
He is a proud man.
He is a proud man. That's why he thinks he has a right to these things, even though they do not belong to him. Come on.
Neither keepeth at home.
And he won't stay his ass at home. You got to go all over the earth. Hawaii, Iran, South Vietnam. You got to go to, what is that? Chile, right? You got to go to all these places. The Congo. You got to go all over the world. Read.
Who neither keepeth at home.
Uh-huh.
Who enlarges his desire as hell.
Who enlarges his desire as hell. Everything that he wants, he brings hell with him. Come on.
And is as death.
And is as death. Every single time we see their interference, somebody's dying. And it's not just one person. It's not just a leader over the country. It's death and turmoil that follows this damn devil. Come on.
But gathereth unto him all nations.
Wait, it says, is as death and cannot be satisfied. That's why they can never, ever, ever just be comfortable with what they have. The Bible speaks on these things. Come on.
But gathereth unto him all nations,
Uh-huh.
and leapeth unto him all people.
And heapeth unto him all people. Read.
Shall not all these take up a parable against him?
Shouldn't all these nations end up taking up a parable against him? It is happening. It will happen in these last days. Come on.
And a taunting proverb against him.
Uh-huh.
And say, woe to him that increases that which is not his.
Isn't that what we've just been seeing throughout all these examples? Woe to him that increases what is not his. Come on.
How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Uh-huh, with people. Come on, with nations, with resources. Come on.
Shall they not rise up us suddenly that shall bite thee?
Suddenly you will be bitten by all of these nations that you've been devouring and biting yourself. Come on.
And awake that shall vex thee.
Uh-huh.
And thou shalt be for booties and unto them.
So instead of them getting robbed, you're going to get destroyed. Come on.
Because thou hast spoiled many nations.
You spoiled many nations. We went back to the 1800s. It is 2026, and they are still doing it. They kicked off their so-called New Year with that BS. Come on.
Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
And all the remnant of the people will spoil you, the people that you didn't kill. Because you can't kill everybody, Esau. Come on.
Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and all that dwell therein.
Come on.
Woe to him that covet an evil covetousness.
So woe to him, destruction unto him that covet with an evil covetousness, like you see the United States of America doing time after time, century after century. Read. Country after country, hemisphere after hemisphere, continent after continent. Come on.
Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high.
That he may set his nest on high, like we read in Obadiah. Come on.
That he may be delivered from the power of the evil.
That he may be delivered from power of evil. It won't happen. That is a pipe dream that America is setting themselves up to be. But in their pride, they're going to not understand that. Give me Revelation chapter 17 and verse 1.
Revelation chapter 17 and verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels which had 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore.
So rest assured, thus saith the Lord, there is judgment, great judgment coming for this whore. Come on.
That sitteth upon many waters.
That sitteth upon many waters. What are those many waters? Verse 15.
Verse 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest.
The waters that you saw this great whore sitting on, come on.
Where the whore sitteth are peoples.
Are peoples.
And multitudes.
Multitudes.
And nations.
Nations.
And tongues.
The whole earth is covered by this whore. She is sitting upon all of them. That's like what we read in Job. The earth is given to the hand of this wicked, evil demon. Just to get another example of that, give me Isaiah chapter 17 and verse 12.
Come on. Isaiah chapter 17 verse 12. Woe to the multitude of many people, which make a noise like the noise of the seas.
The many waters. The peoples are those many waters, the noise of the seas. Come on.
And to the rushing of nations, that make a rushing like the rushing of the mighty waters.
So there goes your proof right there. Once again, give me Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 1 now. Come on. Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 1. Come on.
Isaiah chapter 33 verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled.
Who has not yet been spoiled, despite all of the spoiling that they've been doing? Since before they were even a country. This is the United States of America. Come on.
And dealest treacherously.
They'll give you a nice little handshake. They'll tell you that we're here for you. We're here to help build your country. And then they will leave it destitute like they did in Afghanistan. People hanging onto the airplane trying to make sure that they leave with the U.S. troops that abandoned that destabilized country after America showed up. Come on.
And they dealt not treacherously with thee.
And they didn't deal treacherously with you, but you don't give a damn about that. Come on.
When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled.
When you cease to spoil, that is exactly when your destruction is on its way. Come on.
And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
So just when you think it's all good in the hood, you think everything is all right, we gonna sing Kumbaya. Y'all forgive me for what I did, right? Not so. You gonna get that judgment quickly and speedily. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6.
Come on. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon.
So this is why the Lord commands us to flee out of the midst of Babylon. Not a physical flee, but a spiritual one. Watch, it's going to explain. Come on.
And deliver every man his soul.
That's how you flee. You deliver your soul. You keep God's commandments. You don't be a part of the system. Don't lend yourself to the evil that America is conducting regularly. Read.
Be not cut off in her iniquity.
Don't be cut off in the iniquity of America. Come out from among her, my people. Come on.
For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance.
God is preparing vengeance for this evil nation, and we see why. Come on.
He will render unto her a recompense.
Come on.
Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Read.
That made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine.
Of her lies. Come on.
Therefore, the nations are mad.
The nations are mad with drunkenness. Come on.
Babylon is suddenly fallen.
Suddenly, meaning as soon as they think that they are in peace and in safety, that is exactly when their destruction is going to come. When they are expecting not to get dealt treacherously with, that is exactly when they are going to be dealt treacherously with. And what has Donald Trump just done to help us recognize that that is on its way? He just created the Board of Peace. What do you think that's about? That is Bible prophecy coming to pass right now. Come on.
Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her?
How for her? Read.
Take balm for her pain.
Come on.
If so, she may be healed.
She's not going to be healed. There's nothing that can fix this incurable wound, this disease that is incurable. Come on.
We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
She is not healed. Come on.
Forsake her.
Get rid of her. You got to discard her like yesterday's news, like yesterday's trash. Come on.
Let us go, everyone, into his own country.
Come on.
For her judgment reacheth unto the heaven.
They understand that judgment is on the way from the Lord. Come on.
And is lifted up even to the sky.
And once God got your number, when it's called, ain't nobody that can turn away his judgment. Come on.
The Lord has brought forth our righteousness. Come, and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our God.
And that is what we are commanded to do in these last days. Come, let us teach our people. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. You see what's going on here. If you're not aware, if you're not awake to what's going on, you need to open those eyes. See what Babylon has done. Understand who you are as the Israelites. Repent and get the kingdom, because this kingdom is on its way out. Come on.
Make bright the arrows.
Make bright the arrows.
Gather the shields.
Gather the shields.
The Lord had raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes.
The Iranians. Come on.
For his device is against Babylon. To destroy it.
God is setting up destruction for Babylon. Come on.
Because it's the vengeance of the Lord.
Come on.
The vengeance of his temple.
The vengeance of his temple. Come on.
Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon.
Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Come on.
Make the watch strong.
Come on.
Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes, for the Lord hath both devised and done that which is. He spake against the inhabitants of Babylon.
He is devised and done which he had spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. The destruction is set. It is on its way. Come on.
If thou dwellest thou that dwellest upon many waters.
Yep, we just read about that in Revelation. It's got to be this place. Come on.
Abundant in treasures.
Abundant in treasures. You have gotten rich through the abundance of treachery that you have dealt all over the earth. Come on.
Thine end is come.
Your end is come. Come on.
And the measure of thy covetousness.
And the measure of your covetousness is full. You can't be no more covetous. It's over with for that. Come on.
The Lord of hosts has sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars.
I will fill you with men as with caterpillars. All these people that you pissed off by destroying these countries, by destabilizing those regions, they're after you now. And they're in America going to do what they're set to do of the Lord. Come on.
And they shall lift up a shout against thee.
And they shall lift up a shout against thee. Allah Akbar. That's what they're going to do. Come on. Oh, that's it on that. Let's get Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 1. Last scripture.
Come on.
Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 1. Come on.
Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 1. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord God.
So this is talking about the Babylon the Great as the prince of Tyrus. Come on.
Because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God.
I am a God. You sit there and sit as you are a God. Come on.
I sit in the seat of God.
That's just like we read about in 2 Thessalonians 2, that they think they are God and sit in the seat of God. Come on.
In the midst of the seas.
In the midst of the what?
In the midst of the seas.
That's how you know this is talking about Babylon the Great that sitteth upon many waters. In the midst of the seas, the people, come on, the nations, read.
Yet thou art a man.
You are but a man. You are not God. Come on.
And not God. Though thou set thine heart as the heart of God.
Though you pretend like you are God. Come on.
Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel.
You wise in your devices. That's why you are able to set up these coups worldwide. Come on.
There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
And nothing can be hidden from you. Come on.
With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches.
You have gotten wisdom you've gotten riches through your wisdom and wickedness and your understanding. Read.
And hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures.
Come on.
By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic thou hast thou increased thy riches. And thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
Because you so rich in this earth, you print money like it's nothing. Because of all that you've done, you think that nothing can come against you. Come on.
Therefore thus saith the Lord God, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God.
Because you've done this thing, come on.
Behold, therefore I will bring these strangers upon thee.
Strangers will come upon you. Read.
The terrible of the nations.
The worst of the worst. Read.
And they shall draw their swords against
And they shall draw their swords against you. Read.
They shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom. And they shall defile thy brightness.
And they shall destroy this shining golden city, Babylon the Great. Come on.
They shall bring thee down to the pit.
You will be down in hell. Come on.
And thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas.
And you will die the death of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. It'll be over with. There's no coming back from that watery grave, Babylon the Great. It make my teeth white. See? Hey, all praise to the Most High, Israel. This has been a History in the AM session. Hey, look. This is what I need y'all to do right here. Right here. Donate to the Booster Club so we can help spread this gospel throughout the four corners of the earth and get this word out to our people so that we can continue to bring to help bring about the prophecies that's written, the end of Esau in this kingdom. All right?
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.